"Buy my bike, sir, mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days." The little voice trembled under the heavy clouds as a small girl stood beside the road holding a rusty pink bicycle. Her eyes, big, brown, and full of desperation, met the eyes of a man sitting on a roaring black motorcycle. What happened next would change everyone's life forever. Before we dive in, if stories like this touch your heart, make sure to like this video and subscribe, because what you're about to hear is a story that will make you believe in kindness again. It all began on a cold, windy evening on the outskirts of the city. The streets were wet from a morning rain and the air smelled faintly of dust and fuel. A group of bikers, loud and carefree, was passing through, leather jackets, steel boots, and engines growling like thunder. They called themselves the Iron Brothers, a gang more known for their noise than their compassion. Among them was their leader, a man named Rafael Cruz, tall, broad-shouldered, with storm-gray eyes that rarely softened. He wasn't cruel, but he'd seen too much in life to trust easily. To him, the world was simple: people take care of themselves or they fall behind. But that belief was about to shatter. As Rafael and his crew stopped near a small roadside stall for coffee, he noticed something unusual: a little girl no older than 7 standing beside a broken bicycle. The tires were flat, the paint was chipped, and the seat was held together with tape. She looked out of place, her dress torn at the edges, her shoes mismatched. He heard her voice before he saw her face clearly. "Please, sir, buy my bike, mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days." The words froze him. The other bikers laughed softly, thinking it was just another street trick. "Kid, we don't buy junk," one of them said. But the girl didn't move, she just lowered her head, clutching the handlebar tighter. Rafael frowned. "What's your name, kid?" "Leela," she whispered. "Please, sir, mommy said not to beg, but I can't watch her cry anymore. She says she's not hungry, but I see her stomach hurt." The words hit him deeper than he expected. He got off his bike, squatted down, and looked at her closely. There was dirt on her cheeks, but her eyes were the kind you don't forget, full of innocence and exhaustion all at once. He took out his wallet and asked softly, "How much for your bike, Leela?" She hesitated, her voice barely a breath. 500 rupees, sir, it's not much, you can fix it, maybe give it to your kid." Rafael stared at the old bicycle, then at her trembling hands. He pulled out a thick wad of bills, way more than she asked for, and handed it to her. "Here," he said, placing it gently in her palm, "keep the bike." Her eyes widened. "But sir." "No buts, just go home to your mom." He thought that would be the end of it, but as she ran off toward the alley with tears in her eyes and hope in her steps, something inside him twisted. He couldn't shake the image of her face. He'd seen desperation before in war zones, in poverty-stricken towns, but something about that child felt personal. After a long silence, one of the bikers chuckled, "Boss going soft." "Maybe," Rafael muttered, staring down the alley. "Or maybe I just want to know why a little girl is selling her bike on a street corner." That night the rain returned. The group found shelter near an old warehouse, but Rafael couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about Leela's words, "Mommy hasn't eaten in 2 days, something wasn't right." So the next morning, while the others packed up to leave, Rafael took a detour. He followed the direction Leela had run, down the cracked roads, past shuttered shops, until he reached a narrow alley filled with rusted doors and torn laundry lines. He heard soft coughing from behind a wooden door. He knocked, a weak voice answered. "Who is it?" "Someone who met your daughter yesterday." The door opened a crack, revealing a woman in her early 30s, thin, pale, and clearly unwell. Her eyes widened when she saw him. I'm sorry if she bothered you," she said quickly. "Leela didn't mean to." "She didn't bother me," Rafael interrupted gently. "She said you haven't eaten." The woman tried to smile. "I'm fine, I just need to find more work. I used to have a shop here, but..." Her voice broke. Rafael stepped inside. The tiny room had no electricity, a small mat on the floor, one cracked window. He saw empty water bottles and a few crumbs of bread. Leela was sleeping on the mat, clutching a stuffed toy that had lost its eyes. "What happened to your shop?" he asked quietly. The woman sighed. "It was my husband's dream. We sold handmade leather goods, but after he died in an accident, I couldn't keep up. The landlord took everything, even our sewing machine. We had nowhere to go." Rafael's chest tightened. "Your landlord's name?" She hesitated. Victor Cruz." Rafael froze. "Victor Cruz. His brother." The realization hit him like a thunderbolt. His brother, the one who owned dozens of properties in the city, cold, ruthless, always chasing profit, and he had evicted this woman and her daughter. He stepped back, his mind spinning. Did he know you had a child? Yes, she whispered. He said it wasn't his problem. Raphael left quietly, his heart burning. He rode straight to the city and stormed into his brother's office. Victor, he roared. Victor looked up from his desk, surprised. Raph, what now? You look like hell. You evicted a widow and her daughter last month, Raphael said, his voice shaking. Took everything they had. Victor shrugged. Business is business, rent's rent. She was your tenant, not your enemy. She wasn't paying. She couldn't pay, her husband died. Victor rolled his eyes. You always let emotions cloud logic. I build, you play savior. Raphael slammed his hands on the table. She's starving. Her little girl tried to sell her bike to feed her mother. Silence. Victor didn't answer. That silence told Raphael everything. So he left, and this time he didn't come back alone. That night, the entire biker gang rolled up in front of the same alley. Their engines growled, echoing off the walls. Neighbors peeked through curtains, confused. Leela came running out, eyes wide. Sir, she said, smiling, you came back. Raphael knelt beside her. Yes, kid, but this time I'm not just buying your bike. He handed her mother an envelope full of cash. You're getting your home back, your shop, your tools, everything my brother took from you, you'll have it again.